Hi, everybody. And let me introduce myself. I'm actually Yuriy Luchaninov, and I'm currently solution architect at MobiDev and Regress companies. And today I will talk about why we choose state machine instead of the AI open architecture. And we cover that question by 6 main points. First of all, I will try to explain why AI agents so modern, so trendy right now, by why it could be leads to some faults if we talk about testing. The second one, we discuss couple points about flexibility instead of the control, and specifically how we could find the balance between the two really crucial points. The third point, we discuss little about our design philosophy. And on the next, we will discuss why state machine as a driver of our AI testing could help us to cover whole requirements to the regression testing or other type of testing. And in the end, we will discuss some technical points. Why we choose in the proof of concept stage land graph, and then we outgrew that. And in the end, I will try to give you some couple hints about which technology or which AI patterns you could use differently in the different cases depends on the business requirements. By my point of view, it's really crucial them, so we will discuss it later. But first of all, I want to describe what actually Regress right now. Regress is just autopilot for testing your SaaS system. And you need just to put your main URL to your website, and our system will discover whole user flows, whole cases which contains into your system without any additional prompts, any visual baselines which you could see on the different testing tools. But yes, it could be problem to explain for specific cases. And for that reason, we have additional mechanism which give you as an end user the possibility to explain to our system what you actually need to do by just describing your intents. So, AI agent, it's really trendy right now. It's on the hype hill, but unfortunately, it doesn't solve any product requirements. Yeah, it's look like a magic because you just need to give some prompts to LLM system, and then will explore your whole system. It could figure out some cases, some narrow points, and in the end, it looks look like a magic. But the biggest problem, if we talk about real product, we need to have a predictability. And that's the biggest problem right now with AI system. And when we just started to build Regress, our main question was how do we get the good parts from AI agent, and how we took a good parts from standard or classical approaches for the testing. without losing of control when we started to use the AI. So let's dive deep. What actually AI agent right now? Usually, if we talk about AI agent, it's just a central brain system. As you can see on the diagram on that slide, it's just a feedback loop around main brain, which contains a huge sys prompts. And in that prompts, you have whole policies, you have some requirements, you also have some additional points to explain what exactly that agent should do, what exactly should not. So it's just about write sys prompts for AI. Yes, sometimes it's absolutely great if we talk about open task, when we need to explore something, when we need to find some problems. But if we talk about testing, it could hurt in the production. First of all, because dynamics numbers of steps leads to product latency, unpredictable latency, and it could lead to huge hurts to the businesses because you couldn't predict token cost. You couldn't predict even how the next run will be proceeded. That's a problem. Even sometimes you will take a problem when the same input, the same structure, the same infrastructure will produce the absolutely different results. Because that is, by my point of view, it's the biggest problem if we talk about open AI architecture. And the next problem could be related to the previous slide, the sys prompt, because when we're trying to change even couple words in the sys prompts, it could lead to absolutely unpredictable results. And for the developers, it is a huge problem. And specifically, it's a huge problem for the testing and regression testing. And exactly by that, we trying to collect some narrow points which should be covered by our architecture. First of all, we need to care about compliance, because sometimes we need to test regular or high-risk domains. If we talk about financial, if we talk about HIPAA or GPDI compliance, always we need to have decision metrics. And exactly by that reason, we extract the main idea of our system. It is a determinism. It's just a requirements. It's not a nice to have. And exactly by that reason, we extract our core principle, where we understand the main point. LLM just a sensor. LLM just should extract the data from the unstructured information, and code should make decision in the general. That's the point. And that core principle gives to us a lot of additional and positive influence to our case. First of all, because we could understand how we made the decision by rules, by scoring, by state machine logic, we could predict the flow, the main flow, and by that reason, by that point, we put predictability, we behavior as a main idea to our design. For more deep understanding that, I will try to explain our core principle or design from these three absolutely different point of views. First of all, we will see from the architecture point of view, and as you can see on that slide, we have the deterministic flow, which contains a couple important steps. First of all, we generate candidates from the sites, and we also have the retrieval information from our vector database to get the right page types or test cases. Then we execute it, and we will validate the test results and generate bug wrappers for the end users. But if we talk about end user point of view, we have the same flow from the different point of view. First of all, our system trying to discover whole site and find right user flow. Then we have test generation engine, test execution, and bug wrapper. In the end, as the output for end user, we have video replay logs and structured bug wrappers. As you can see, the same flow from the different point of views, it looks absolutely different. And if we will look to the technical implementation, we have the next. First of all, we have a exploration engine, which going through your site, we took some DOM serialization information. Also, we took the screenshots. And after that, we found that information added some additional points from our vector database and go into the text run, and after that, text verification. Yeah, that is the same flow with the same deterministic structure, but as we already see, it could be described from the different point of view, because marketing could say multi-agent QA team, engineering could say strictly controlled AI workers inside the deterministic flow. But by my personal point of view, it's really important to understand, yes, we still have the multi-agent system, but we control the whole flow. We could control the whole results, and it gives to us a lot of positive influence how we could work with it. First of all, because we use just a narrow and limited engines, each of that could be replaceable, could be separately tested, could be updated without breaking the entire pipeline. So that's the biggest idea of our system. State machine control the whole system, and AI agent could make just a simple and narrow task. When we started to, when we just started to make our system, we choose the LangGraph and LangChain technology as a base for our system. But the problem with it, it is a production state. Because if we talk about testing and specifically about regression testing, we need to care about some mechanism, some technology which cover the run the test in the environment. And we choose Playwright technology. And specifically for it, we choose the TypeScript as a main language for that part of our microservices. But for AI part, we choose the Python because it's, again, it's a trendy, it looks really promising. And the next point was to find what will be the technology which could give to us the possibility to combine that technology in the production. And we will choose BoolMQ system from the Microsoft as an orchestrator for the production. That's the point. So, and that technology gives to us a possibility to combine TypeScript and Python in the same system. Sorry. So, if it could be summarizing, I mean, my main idea of the review, you need to choose right architecture depends on the business needs. First of all, if we talk about open task, if you're looking for something for exploration, for find some problems, maybe OpenAI agent architecture will be better. But at the same time, it has a huge problem in production. You need to have the predictability. You need to have reproducibility for the test. And for that cases, maybe the hybrid architecture, which could be described like deterministic flow with small narrow AI agent, it could help. And specifically, if we talk about compliance, HIPAA, GDPR, or similar stuff, they require predictability. They require some possibility to track what and why that decision or other decision was made. That's the point. So, and that's all. If you have some question about different cases or different AI patterns which could be useful for your next project, please take my my LinkedIn or email, and please ask to me. Feel free on the question answering area.